Vesta is currently going through one of the most challenging periods in our history, with crew boats having not been on the water for the past 4 months. Despite this, we're actually really well placed in comparison to some other tideway clubs to navigate through this, and we should be really optimistic for the future. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to outline why I think I'm best placed to deliver that brighter future. I'm going to talk about 3 main things. Firstly, dealing with COVID. Second, delivering a vision for the long-term development of the club. And third, how I want to listen to rowers, coaches and long-standing members more in delivering that vision. Now, the reality of this role is that over the next 6 months, most of what it's going to be dealing with is the COVID-19 situation and getting people back to rowing. I work for the Lawn Tennis Association, and one of the major projects which I'm involved in there is the Back to the National Tennis Centre project. That involves getting professional players like Joanna Conter and Andy Murray back to training full time. So I'm well aware of the potential challenges that we're going to face over the coming months and how we might be able to overcome them. In order to do that, I believe we need to be innovative and adaptable, and I'd like to think that I've shown those capabilities in delivering the virtual Vesta 150 celebrations over the last couple of weeks. The second part is around delivering that longer term vision. Now, I've been at the club for 11 years in a variety of different roles. I joined as a relatively inexperienced rower. I went on to coach the novice women and the senior women, and I've been the senior men's captain. I've also sat on the committee for the last 4 years, and amongst other things, I was responsible for recruitment in a period when we've seen fantastic numbers coming into the club. This is coupled with over 15 years of experience in sports development, including where I was asked to deliver presentations at conferences for British universities and colleges of sports on how we can more effectively develop student sports clubs. I think it's also really important that I know the history of the club, because knowing that history, you can see how the steps forward on both the men's and the women's side over the last 3 or 4 years have been absolutely massive, just in terms of the consistency year on year and how that development's gone. Professional coaching is a massive part of that, and that's a really important part of Harry's legacy, which I'm keen to continue. There are also other things that I want to do more of. I want to invest more in talent and potential of people coming up through the club. I want to see us winning more and giving opportunities to develop a winning mentality through things like more match racing and looking at getting involved in different types of events. And I want to give people the opportunity to have those once-in-a-lifetime experiences, like those that were planned abroad over the last few months that unfortunately haven't been able to take place. The third and probably most important thing is I want to make sure that all of our improvements are focused more on rowers and coaches and their experiences, making their lives easier and making their time at the club more enjoyable. I've listened to lots of ideas and I'm keen to hear more. I've listened to thoughts from novices, seniors, masters and VPs, and it's important that we listen to all of our members, no matter how long they've been here, to ensure that we can build that all-round picture of how the club should develop in the future. I also think it's important that we hear from more different voices, and my work in setting up the Inclusivity Working Group in response to the Black Lives Matter protests, I think is an important part of this, because we get different perspective on things which can really help the club develop as we move forwards. So I've told you how I planned on dealing with COVID, on delivering a long-term vision, and how I plan to listen more. But this is only the start of the conversations. And those conversations that I've had have given me massive cause for optimism for the future of the club. I'm sure that in this role, I can really be effective in supporting coaches in delivering better racing opportunities and making sure that Vesta community that we all hold so dear keeps going from strength to strength.